Hello and welcome. You're watching the Tov Jewish News Channel. My name is Michael Vilensky, and my guest today is Dr. Mordechai Kedar, an expert on Arab culture and the Middle East. Mordechai, great to have you.
Thank you so much, Michael.
So, Mordechai, my first question to you will be about another conflict that we see brewing in the Middle East. We saw another development of that conflict over the weekend when Pakistan and Iran exchanged airstrikes. So Iran has first struck Pakistan. Pakistan has responded with strikes within the Iranian territory. They claimed they have conducted airstrikes 20 kilometers inside the Iranian territory. Can you please explain us the background of that conflict?
Well, this conflict takes place in an area named Baluchistan, which is in the southeastern part of Iran and south of Pakistan, because the Baluchis, it's a nation of like 25 million people, live in that area, divided between Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. And the Baluchis in Pakistan are smuggling weapons and ammunition and equipment to their brethren in Iran, the Baluchis in Iran, in order to strike or to attack the government forces of the Iranian state. Why? Iran supports the rebels in Pakistan by smuggling weapons and equipment and ammunition to the Baluchis in Pakistan. Means that both countries actually support the Baluchis, each in the other's area, in order to rebel against the central government in Tehran and in Islamabad as well. So this is what happens when two countries are actually supporting a minority, which in both sides tries to undermine the stability of the state. And this is why two states are angry at each other.
Dr. Kedar, when I was preparing for this interview, I was struck with a really surprising realization that Iran is basically in conflict or at war with almost all of its neighbors. So we have the conflict with Afghanistan, we have a conflict with Pakistan, the one we just were talking about. There are tensions between Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Iran. There are tensions between Sunnis and Shia that are supported by Iran in Iraq. There are tensions between Iran and Azerbaijan. What's going on? How come Iran is almost at war with all of its neighbors?
Well, you can add to this the domestic problems in Iran between the central government and the rebels in the Ahwaz, the Arab region in Iran, the Baluchis inside Iran, the Turkmens in North Iran, the Azeris, and the Kurds inside Iran, in addition to all the conflicts around Iran. Yes, you're right. Definitely, the Iranian regime is in trouble with many parties all over the Middle East. You can add to this Israel through the proxies of which Iran implanted in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, Yemen. Yes, this is what we mean by saying that Iran is a threat for the peace and stability, not only around it, but far beyond Iran. Iran, don't forget, supports the Houthis in Yemen, who are actually undermining the stability of the world trade by attacking ships which are sailing in the international waters. So here you are. Definitely, Iran should be put in place, and just imagine what will happen to the world if, and when Iran acquires nuclear weapons.
So you think that getting nuclear weapons is the next step in Iran's domination over the whole area? There are some political thinkers like Kenneth Waltz who thinks that the reason that Iran is so militant is because it doesn't feel safe, right? And they think that the moment Iran will acquire nuclear weapons, it will become calmer because it will be secure about its existence. Do you think that's a delusion?
On the contrary, Iran behaves in such a way not because they feel or don't feel safe, it's because they are thugs and they are terrorists in their mind, and they actually dream about renewing the Persian Empire, which was toppled 15 centuries ago by the Arabs. So this is what they are dreaming. They are dreaming about a global or at least regional hegemony, and it is more than clear from documents which they publish. As they say, you don't need any interpretation and any analysts who understand nothing in the mindset of the Iranians. They are imperialists by definition, and they still dream about renewing the empire which they had, which extended all the way from Europe into Africa, into Asia, and this is what they are willing to restore.
Mordechai, my next question to you will be this one. So I heard that the basis for Iran's militant behavior is not only religious, which is different from Al Qaeda, from ISIS, right? They also have a very racist behavior towards all of its neighbors. They don't really much like the Arabs, although they're both Muslims. Can you please explain to us this aspect of the Iranian mentality?
Well, it is a combination of Persian imperialism, which is already 6,000 years at least. It is Islamic expansionism, which is 14 centuries, and Shi'i inclination, which is opposing the Sunni one. Means it's between the Persians and the others in the world, between the Muslims and the rest of the nations in the world, and between the Sunni and the Shia as well. It is a combination of these considerations, and in every case, they have a mixture of these elements, and we see it very well in their discourse, in their documents, and in their behavior at the end of the day.
Dr. Mordechai Kedar, thank you very much for your insight, for your knowledge, and for sharing it with us. Always a great interviews with you.
Thank you.
Thank you also to all of our viewers that saw this interview. Please don't forget to subscribe to us here under this video, to our YouTube channel, and to all of our other social media platforms. Thank you again, and have a great day.